1960, what a year in sports. Bill Mazeroski made history in Game 7 of the World Series. Arnold Palmer won his first and only U.S. Open championship, and the world first heard the name Cassius Clay at the Rome Olympics. Also in that historic year, New Mexico State University football program from Las Cruces made a short trip to El Paso to play in their second straight Sun Bowl. I had the great pleasure of being one of the men on the field that day as we defeated Utah State by a score of 20-13. Since then, we both have endured a lot of lean years. The boys from Logan snapped their streak a few years back, but it took us much longer.
Rogers rolling right, scanning the field. He fires. Connor Kramer, touchdown, New Mexico State. For the first time in 57 years, New Mexico State will bowl.
Now, both of us have arrived in Tucson for the 2017 Arizona Bowl. Utah State has had a deserving season as well. These Aggies are on a roll.
Caught, touchdown, intercepted, Davis has it. His third pick of the game. Touchdown, Aggies.
History will be made tonight. Once again, it's Aggies versus Aggies for a bowl crown.
Welcome to beautiful and scenic Tucson, Arizona, the old Pueblo. It is time for college football. You're watching the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl on CBS Sports Network. This is Arizona Stadium on the U of A campus in Tucson. Today, host to a college football bowl game, matching up New Mexico State of the Sun Belt Conference against Utah State of the Mountain West. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Tucson. So great to have with us Dave Ryan alongside Corey Chavis, former star NFL defensive back, joined throughout the broadcast field level by Melanie Collins as well. And Shay, we've got a lot of Aggies to talk about here. New Mexico State is about to end the longest bowler streak in the FBS at 57 years. Utah State is back in bowl business, sixth time in 7 years.
Well, Utah State, Dave, it's been about consistency under Matt Wells throughout his tenure. They're a team you kind of know what to expect. Good defense, an exciting offense. On the other side, you didn't really know whether or not New Mexico State could get over the hump. 4-6 just a couple of weeks back. Back-to-back 22-17 wins for Doug Martin. What a story it's been, like you said, for the Aggies.
Let's talk about the Aggies from Logan first and Matt Wells' success now in his 5th year. Bowl games in his first 3 years, highlighted by a 9-win and a 10-win season, including a spot in the Mountain West Championship game. 2013 Mountain West Coach of the Year, but last season they struggled, 3-9. This year, they're back in business with 6 wins. They've got a really good defensive back in Jalen Davis, an All-American.
An All-American, a 4-year player for this team and a program changer. Watch the instincts here. Now he's playing inside at nickelback, and you can see reacting to tips and overthrows, always important for a defensive back. And if you're going to be somebody who makes house calls, I know you love those, Dave, the house calls, here you go. If you get an opportunity, can you catch it? He does that. He finishes almost like a running back with the ball in his hands.
Now let's talk about the Aggies from Las Cruces, and imagine what a day this is for New Mexico State fans. They've waited so long. Their head coach, Doug Martin, an amazing job in getting that program going past 15 years. Before this year, they averaged 2.6 wins a year, but this year, air raid Aggie offense has been so effective with Tyler Rogers, their quarterback. The defense has lived in the opposing backfield with 42 sacks, and yes, the long streak is finally over, and they've got a stud wide receiver in Jaleel Scott.
I mean, a receiver that's going to the Senior Bowl. It lays credence to what he's been able to do. Now watch him go up over these defensive backs. He's a nightmare in the red zone, and Tyler Rogers looks for him on 3rd down. You're going to see it come up. How will the Aggies defend this Aggie? Because he's a horse.
The coach, Doug Martin, rewarded impressive turnaround of the Aggie program, a 3-year contract extension. He told us this week nothing will ever top beating South Alabama at the end of the game in the regular season finale, seeing his fans storm the field, being bowl eligible for the first time in 57 years. Matt Wells, Utah State's head coach, joined field level now by Melanie Collins.
Thank you, Dave. Well, Coach, your program has been to a bowl game in 6 out of the last 7 years, but as you told us yesterday, only 10 guys on this roster have experience in a bowl game, that last one in 2015. So what's the mindset of your team as we get set for kick?
I think it's just youthful enthusiasm. I mean, the only 10 guys that were on that bowl team 2 years ago, a lot of turnover, and that's not all that bad.
Well, you're facing a tough air raid offense today against New Mexico State. What will be the key to containing that?
Well, first of all, you got to get pressure on Rogers. It's strength on strength, the strength of our defense secondary and the strength of their offensive wide receiver core.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Guys.
Mel, Coach Wells, thank you. A perfect day for college football here in Tucson. Couldn't be better. There's no rain in the forecast. 83 degrees at kickoff and a very slight breeze. Utah State has won the toss, electing to defer to the second half. Jay, these are old WAC rivals, and they played a lot in the past. In their Big West days, well, that was a college football conference, Western Athletic Conference as well, and yes, the All-Aggie Bowl game back in 1960. In El Paso, won by New Mexico State. Dominic Eberle, sophomore from Nuremberg, Germany, will kick off. And the third Arizona Bowl is underway. The kickoff goes out of bounds, though, and that'll be a penalty against the kicking team and bring the ball out to the 35. Good field position early in this one for Utah State. New Mexico State have the rock first.
Free kick out of bounds by the kicking team. Ball be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
Chick-fil-A starting lineup. In this game today, Rogers, quarterback for New Mexico State. Senior from Peoria, Arizona. Third-team All-Sun Belt pick this year. Huge season, second in the nation in completions per game at 29. Only behind Washington State's Luke Falk. He is having a great year. On first down, he throws. Short gain on first down.
One player that I think very interesting to watch today is Sage Dox-Tatter. Can you believe this, Dave? He's a vegetarian. And I know you're a pescatarian, right? Or you've tried to move over.
We're trying to in the Ryan household right now.
Well, 343 pounds, and it's a pretty big injury, too, because I think Cameron Haney was going to be or is going to be a big factor in this game.
After Huntley had the short gain on first down. Second here, Larry Rose the third on the reception. And a big pickup for New Mexico State into Utah State territory. A first down, gain of 21 to Larry Rose the third, who's got 50 catches this year, a weapon out of the backfield. First down. Rose the third, carries, gets popped. Gage Ferguson on the tackle for Utah State. Junior from Mendon, Utah. We met Gage yesterday, impressive young man. He's got a great bowl beard going. It rivals any NHL playoff beard I've ever seen. Rose the third on the carry and runs into trouble.
Well, one important factor in the defense today for Utah State is going to be Jamarcus Ingram. Now, he's only a freshman, but he's 6'1", and he's actually matched up down here at the bottom of the screen right here against Jaleel Scott, their outstanding receiver.
Tackled by Unga a moment ago, and third down. Rogers, the gunslinger, throws. Jonathan Boone catches, and he's to the 30-yard line inside the 30 to the 29, gain of 12, first down for New Mexico State. Boone lost the helmet. We'll have to leave the field for one play for the Aggies from Las Cruces, junior from Orlando, Florida. First and 10 from the 11. Rose the third, carries off left tackle. Oye on the stop for Utah State. Today's Red Zone being brought to you by Verizon. Aggies from Utah State. Glad Adeoye did not get ejected a moment ago. Makes a big play. Red zone, look out for Scott here, right?
Yeah, and he's in the slot, and that's an unfamiliar position for him.
16 in white. There's the fade right on cue. It's incomplete. Into double coverage. Deontay Fortenberry had a hand on that for Utah State. Scott, as we talked about, top of the broadcast, a major weapon. First team All-Sun Belt Conference pick.
And it's interesting in that they've got Jalen Davis now, who we talked about in the open. He's still playing inside at nickel in this third down, all-important third down right here. So he won't be matched up against Scott. It'll be interesting to see if they double Scott on the other side, because he's all by himself down here.
The 11th play of the drive. Slant. It's down to about the 6-yard line. On the reception by O.J. Clark. 5'7", 163-pound diminutive dynamo back in the lineup for New Mexico State after missing their regular season finale South Alabama with a separated shoulder. Field goal time here for the Aggies.
Well, that's a win for Utah State. You get in the red zone and you hold them to 3. A team that's averaging 29.6 points a game, and you got to feel good if your defensive coordinator Frank Spaziani.
Dylan Brown from 22. He's got it, and we have our first points of the 2017 Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl. The Aggies from Las Cruces have a lead on Utah State. Both teams enjoying the dancing festivities with players and coaches. Heard that from some of the guys yesterday. That was the highlight of the week for them. Let's take a look at our Crest Insurance keys to the game, Corey.
Well, I think one key has already kind of taken shape, and that's be two-dimensional, and that's Jason Huntley, Larry Rose. You don't want to be one-dimensional and just throw the ball. They've gotten them involved in the screen game early. Special attention on special teams. They've got to be alert for it. Block punts, block kicks, and trick plays for this New Mexico State defense.
Parker Davidson, junior from Plano, Texas. The Dallas area kicks off for New Mexico State. Lawan Hunt and Savon Scarver deep to receive for Utah State. After a 12-play, 59-yard drive, resulted in an Aggie field goal. Savon Scarver from inside his 5. Has a lane, has some speed. Scarver, sideline, sheds a tackler. Here he goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah State. How about that? No flags.
Well, we just talked about being special on special teams, special attention. You have to pay attention to Scarver, a 21.5 200-meter guy at Centennial High School, right down the road in Nevada. Also ran a 37.8 in the 300-meter hurdles. He's got big league speed, and he's shown it on a couple of occasions this season. You saw it again.
Matt Wells talked for about 15 minutes with it yesterday as Everly knocks through the PAT about the special teams and how important they were going to be. Utah State, James, blocked 4 punts this year. They got a kickoff return to the house here today.
And it was all about Scarver. It was time for him to get one to the house. He does it. And you want to show some love? There's Jordan giving it.
First career kickoff return for a touchdown for Scarver, and the first for Utah State since 2015 in a Mountain West game against Nevada. How about that? Everly kicks off for Utah State. Huntley, the feature return man for the Aggies from Las Cruces. Jason Huntley, 1 yard deep in his end zone. Ventures out. Look at this run back. Here goes Huntley. We're going to have back-to-back kickoff returns for touchdowns in the Arizona Bowl. Can you believe this? No flags. 100 yards on the return for Jason Huntley. Incredible.
Oh, man, you got to love it.
Back-to-back kickoff return for a touchdown. Corey, how about it?
We always talk about being special on special teams. Well, Huntley says, guess what? It's Jason's special day. And when he gets in the open field, it's all about the finish. The track star, Huntley, and teammates getting hyped.
The 8th 100-yard kickoff return in New Mexico State history. How about that from Jason Huntley? Let's flashback, Jay. 1960, Sun Bowl in El Paso. Utah State, Skyline Conference back then, 10-0 New Mexico State out of the Border Conference. The Aggies scored first in the game. The Tom Larshide rushing touchdown. New Mexico State came roaring back. On running back Bob Gator's 32-yard rushing TD. New Mexico State will win 2013. Now back in the day, these are the shows you saw on CBS. Gunsmoke. Hey, I grew up watching Gunsmoke with Des Yarnett.
I know you were watching Alfred Hitchcock's
Scary and great. And, hey, we all love a twist. I still do. Chubby Checker.
You try to do it a little bit.
I'm a pretty good dancer.
Yes, you are. I have to admit.
For an old guy.
You're not old.
So much history today for New Mexico State. And Jay, I've called college football for 21 years on national TV. I have never seen back-to-back kickoff returns for a touchdown.
Well, I'm glad. Hey, let's be careful. Here we go again. You've got to kick off after you score. And Scarver says, kick it to me again.
Not this time. Directional kick. Scarver's got it, though, on a bounce. And he's bounced around inside the 20, and down he goes.
Me, you, and Melanie met with Coach Wells yesterday, and they talked about Aaron Vaughn. So they know they've got to get a double team on him. So check this out. They're going to double the L4. He's playing the L4 position. That's 4 men in. They take him out, and then if everybody else gets a hat on a hat, that allows them to get one of their best playmakers in the open field. Huntley, he did this to ASU in the receiving game. And again, Aaron Vaughn's one of their top kickoff cover guys. So you game plan to get kickoff cover guys out of the mix as well.
Finally, first play from scrimmage for Utah State. Here's Jordan Love, their freshman quarterback, to Hunt. Juan Hunt has got the catch. And a good pickup for the Aggies from Logan. Chick-fil-A starting lineup for Utah State. QB redshirt freshman Jordan Love from Bakersfield, California. Took over the job from senior Kent Myers. 7 games into the season. 3-2 as a starter. Here's Coach Matt Wells told us yesterday, Love a tireless worker, relentless in the film room. Cool customer under pressure. Versatile, dual threat QB. A really effective weapon for Utah State. Automatic first down. Love keeping. Kind of goes backwards there for a couple steps. And a flag flies late. LaForce, newcomer of the year in the Sun Belt Conference, involved in the contact. A lot of pursuit against Jordan Love. It took a odd step
After
there.
the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit out of bounds by the defense. Number 23, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It is Ron LaForce. Getting too aggressive. Automatic first down.
Well, you're by the sidelines, and Lomax is giving some help, and I don't know. I mean,
I agree.
Well, as long as you agree, it's okay.
Hey, ball carrier near the sideline, leave him alone. A lot of penalties here. Love throwing. Dangerous pass. That one brought in. Drayden Wright on the tackle, gain of 2.
Well, I was interested to see Rob Castaneda. I think he's one of those linemen who likes to get nasty a little bit inside, and I love the grit he plays with.
On second and a short. Juan Hunt off left tackle. Yama Quaker. The stop for New Mexico State after the gain of 2, third down. Love and the Aggies go fast. Some pressure on Love. It's overthrown. Owens on coverage. No penalty flag coming there. Braylon Roberts, intended receiver for Utah State. Fourth down.
Well, you know they're going to bring it snap to snap. Now you see Hanks get his hands up. He also had a little bit of a twist game where he's coming inside and the defensive end goes outside. So they're going to move around, and for Love, that's going to be key today. How does he handle those blitz packages or pressure packages on third down?
Aaron Dalton will punt to Larry Rose at third here. We've seen 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns, maybe a punt return too for Rose, who was dangerous. Fake. And the run, the ball's out. Either way, New Mexico State gets it. On a fake that didn't work. Shane Jackson has the recovery on the big hit.
Well, you're actually running a fake with Jacoby Wildman. Now, he's a defensive end, 265-pound sophomore, and Jackson says, no way, I'm not going for it. And you got to give special teams coach Oliver Sukup a lot of credit for what he's done. He knew, just like we did, that was one of the things we said in the open, be special attention. New Mexico State, they've been paying special attention.
Aggies of New Mexico State will get it right back here. And their pass play to Huntley, as we talked about, is such a weapon out of the backfield, along with Rose at third. It's a gain of 4 as they try to take advantage of the forced fumble and fumble recovery from Jackson. What a play on special teams against Wildman. Play fake to Rose at third. Sideline pass, trying to finally involve Jaleel Scott. And another target, only the second time he's thrown to him. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, give Jamarcus Ingram some credit. Now, he's saying, I can handle you one-on-one. Everybody's talking about Jalen Davis. Well, what about me? A walk-on who Gage Ferguson described as somebody who plays with extreme confidence, and he loves to jam receivers. He's a good matchup for Scott. That'll be something that we'll watch all day.
3 receivers to the right of Rogers. On third down, Rose the third. Gets by Levitt. Larry Rose the third, first down. The shake in the open field. Enough to get by one of the top defensive backs in the Mountain West, Dallin Levitt. Boundary safety, first down.
Well, Utah State has had problems getting shifty backs on the ground. Turn on the Colorado State film, Dalen Dawkins. What about the UNLV film? Lexington Thomas rolls much like those backs.
So first down. Rogers gonna take a shot. It's intercepted. Picked off by Woodward. David Woodward. The interception for Utah State. And the sudden change gives the Aggies from Logan the ball right back. That's his first career pick. Corey, couldn't have come at a better time for Utah State.
Well, there's a struggle for Rogers is when he gets locked in. Now, he's locked in on a slot receiver, doesn't recognize Woodward dropping into the middle of the field. You can see his eyes. He's locked in on that receiver, and basically he thinks Kramer has a one-on-one matchup with Ferguson, and Woodward says, no way. And that's the reason why Rogers has had high interception totals, gets locked in on his primary target too often.
First down, that ball might have been tipped. Raymond has the catch sideline. McQuaker can't find him. And finally, Terrell Hanks bounds him out of bounds. A nice pickup for Dax Raymond. It's got to feel great for Dax. He had 4 drops against Air Force at the end of the regular season.
Yes, he did. And that was a game that, he makes some of those catches, they may win.
Gain of 19. Chain gang, keep up with these guys right now. As Ronquavian Tarver has a catch for Utah State. They just keep on trucking here. The Aggies are on the move.
And the thing you have to like about this, when you're going against New Mexico State, they're one of the top teams on third down defensively in the country. They're just like their offense. So you have to stay out of third down. And that's why these positive first down gains are good for Utah State.
On second down, Hunt, a move around McQuaker. Harrington trying to find him in space, cannot. Just got a piece of the shoes there of the Warren Hunt, but 11 more yards for Utah State first down.
Well, he's shifty, and he has a low balance and center of gravity, and McQuaker's a little bit longer and a little leggier in change of direction.
These Aggies are moving right now. Hunt is stopped this time. Dalton Harrington, tops in the Sun Belt Conference, 125 tackles this year for the senior from Hallettsville, Texas. We had a great chat with Dalton yesterday He could not wait to be on the field to break that long bowl streak for New Mexico State. Always around the ball. Came to Las Cruces as a safety, he told us. Put on some pounds. He's 230 now and really one of the top players in their league. Second down. Bright, the feature back. Love keeps in some trouble. Hanks started. Harrington finishes. Dalton to Harrington. And New Mexico State string out Jordan Love and the Aggies.
Well, again, I don't think that Love's strength is as a runner. And when you're trying to get away from Hanks, that was a pretty good job, but you're not going to outrun Harrington to the ball. And now you've got a 3rd down and 14. I don't know that New Mexico State will bring pressure here. They'll probably play coverage, but they could. They've done it in the past.
Loss of 6 on the run there for Love.
And you can see they got about 6 or 7 up.
Hunt. Pass protection this time. Tarver upended. Makes a great catch. Owens on the tackle for New Mexico State. It is shy of the marker. They needed a 14.
That's the end of the first quarter.
This is outstanding body control by Tarver, who makes these types of catches all the time. And that's a great shot by our crew, just showing his athleticism and the break by Owens.
End of the first. Exciting, eventful, historic, because the Aggies from Las Cruces are bowling again. 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown. You're watching the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl on CBS Sports Network. Eberle begins the second quarter with a field goal try. He's had a fantastic season. First team All Mountain West. This from 35 yards out. Right down the middle. 20th career made field goal. Dominic Eberle from Nuremberg, Germany, went to high school in the San Diego area. He's a good one. Woodward, the pit, first career interception for him. Got things going for Utah State. And Eberle and the Aggies from Logan cashed in 10-10. Eberle field goal for Utah State, all tied with New Mexico State. Back down to Melanie.
Update on linebacker Chase Christiansen. He tweaked his left ankle, but he had it retaped and was able to jog it off. He will return to this game. And then linebackers coach Stacy Collins sat down with his linebackers and he said specifically to the outside backers, you have to set that edge. Then to the inside linebackers, tackle at the waist, but not so tight that we get bounced off of. So something to keep an eye on with Utah State's linebackers as the game goes on.
Eberle to kick off. Won't get burned again if they can avoid it. Here's the return for Caldwell from New Mexico State. Rose a third. Has some room. Larry Rose a third. First down and a lot more. Spins out of a tackle. Keeps on trucking. Lowers the shoulder inside the 35. Down to the 32-yard line. Gain of 40 for Rose the third. This is physical, Chave.
Well, you just heard Melanie talk about what their linebackers coach, Stacy Collins, was asking them to do. Tackle the waist. He's so shifty.
They didn't do it there. Rose the third carries again. Wally Adeoye, who did have that long pursuit tackle against Rose the third a moment ago, has the stop, gain of 5. Second down. That ball might have been tipped and incomplete. Looking there for Greg Hogan. All Sun Belt Conference pick last year. 25 catches. Justice Tae had 7 tackles against Air Force, career best, and here he is getting a piece of the rock.
Excellent job. He's going against Sage Dox Tatter, a guy we talked about in the open, who I think is going to be a budding star for this program at that left tackle position, and that was an excellent job by Tae.
Mexico State 3 of 7, third down so far. Red zone, third down try here. Pressure coming from Utah State. And Rogers runs. Bailey escorts him out of bounds. He's well shy of the marker, picks up 4. Now we'll see what Doug Martin's got in mind with his kicker, Dylan Brown. Has been up and down this year, as well as 16 on field goals.
Well, the thing about it, I think that, he's had a couple of block kicks, a couple against Idaho, and we've even seen blocked extra points. You saw that against Arizona State. So for him, it's about getting the ball up, because you know that one thing about Utah State is they're going to be designing some type of block.
This from 33. He's got 3 more for New Mexico State. 2 for 2, Dylan Brown, who was 3 for 3 against South Alabama in the regular season finale, ending the 57-year bowlless drought. Dylan Brown, pure again for New Mexico State, 13-10. 13-10 game. Mexico State was bowl eligible back in 2002, but did not get invited to a bowl. They are back here today. First bowl since 2011. Las Vegas Bowl. Both teams returning a kickoff for TD. Special teams coaches have got to be pleased on one end to get one, bummed to give it up.
Well, New Mexico State came into the game allowing 25.6 yards of kick return, and that was the second touchdown that's been returned for them. However, Utah State, they were second nationally, only behind Michigan in kickoff coverage, so a bit of a surprise.
Scarver this time will not get an attempt. Take a knee for a touchback. Right on cue, Bright the carry, turns the corner. Gerald Bright keeps on trucking and runs into eventually the contact from Ron LaForce.
He's a player with outstanding foot speed. You saw that against Air Force on the 75-yarder. He's not necessarily, he's averaging a lot of yards per carry, and they're going to keep him at running back and talking with the coaches this spring.
Gain of 11, first down. Love passing, Bright catching. Gerald Bright. LaForce again involved in the stop defensively for New Mexico State. 98 tackles on the season heading into the bowl game for Ron LaForce, tops among defensive backs in the Sun Belt Conference. Last year for the Aggies in the Sun Belt, independent next year. Love on first down, looks for Tarver. McQuaker on coverage, incomplete, and no flag. So, Jay, what's happened in terms of the game settling down defensively for each side?
Well, I think for New Mexico State and defensive coordinator Frank Spaziani, what he's done is he's done a good job of stopping the run. They haven't run it as much as he probably anticipated on first down, and getting them in pressure situations on third down, he's been successful dialing up the right ones to get the one-on-one matchups he wants.
Utah State only 139 total yards in the first half so far. Touchdown came on a Savon Scarver kickoff return. Second down, Love, the big arm. Roberts the catch. Braylon Roberts right at the sticks at the 35. Chains move first down.
You can definitely see the RPMs and the arm talent of Love.
Right back at it. Now pass incomplete. Roberts intended receiver. See a few of those throws this year from Love. Just miss a target. Guys open.
No, that was a drop, though. I mean, you've got a lot of drops from this crew since he's been playing quarterback.
Air Force game for sure. You're right about that. I mean, I counted 10 watching the tape.
The coach talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a different ball than from Kent Myers, and it takes some adjusting. And they've made some good catches too, particularly Tarver down the field, but.
Second down. Love is throwing over the middle. Quavian Tarver has the catch. Shamon Lomax corner for New Mexico State. Wraps him up, sends him down. Gain of 9, but a big third down on the way for Utah State. Shotgun again for Love. Throws. Catch for Hunt. Stop Lomax. Shamon Lomax read it and dropped him. The sophomore from due west, South Carolina, your home state, Corey J.
Yeah, and a lot of guys from South Carolina playing in this game. In fact, Jaleel Scott is another guy from South Carolina, and we'll get into some of the others. But I think it's a good decision. Now we're going to see the range of Epperly. You know, he's a player that can hit this field goal with no problem, and they need it.
But not this time. Well, wide left, no good. Off the foot of Dominic Epperly from 44. And Matt Wells chatting with Sean Taylor about that penalty that really hurt Utah State's chances to at least tie the game.
Let's take a look and see what kind of hold Nelson gets. Does he get the laces around? It looks like he does, and it really looks like it really seemed like on that kick he short-legged it a little bit.
First down. Rodgers struggled a bit so far. This one, Kramer has the catch. Hit hard on the play on the sideline by Dallin Levitt, star safety for Utah State. Connor Kramer, former quarterback at New Mexico State.
They got to pick up the pace a little bit here. This is a little bit, for a team that goes fast, they're going a little slow at this point.
Another minute left first half. Catch for Clark. Christiansen chases him out of bounds. Utah State, the junior from Stansbury, Utah. 47 seconds, all timeouts available for Doug Martin here. On third down, Rose at third. There Rose at third, first down and end zone. Spins away from tacklers again. He's still on his feet. And then he lost the ball with a flag down. Christiansen makes the play for Utah State on a wild sequence. There is a flag down near midfield. Rose the third on the spin.
That changes everything, Dave. Now Utah State's got a chance. They've got basically all 3 timeouts left.
Let's see what happened. Spin and it went out right there.
Yeah, Rockamore rocked his bell.
John
Personal
Trell Rockamore.
foul, horse collar by the passing team. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And tack on 15. How about that? Desmond Candelaire, the New Mexico State right guard, trying to tackle Christiansen off the fumble caused by Jontrell Rockaberry, commits the penalty. So 15 now for Utah State in the right direction with 36 seconds left of the half. Wow.
Well, one thing about New Mexico State, they play a lot of off coverage, so they're back here. They're not going to give you a chance for quick fades. You got to excel in the short game.
So it's first down. Love is throwing. Tarver the catch.
Good job by Love, Dave. You know that they're playing off coverage. You just want to pick up some of it. It's 29 seconds to go. So if they're going to continue to play off of your receivers, you've got to take advantage on the outside.
Game 14, pass to Ronquavian Tarver. First down here for Utah State. 29 seconds left first half, 2 timeouts. The Aggies from Las Cruces show potential pressure here with McQuaker and Harrington. Love looking for Raymond over the middle. It's knocked down, incomplete.
What a job that was by Terrell Hanks. I mean, he does a little bit of it all for this team. He has 2 interceptions and 5 pass breakups coming in, and he's locking down Dax Raymond. He says, no way, not today.
So second and 10.
I still think you want to take a look down here at the bottom to Tarver. Even if they're playing off, I know Lomax is down there. If you can get a one-on-one with Tarver, take another shot if you love.
Throwing. Tarver behind him this time. Lomax, some contact, and it falls incomplete. Third and 10 now for Matt Wells at Utah State. Cowbells are ringing. Aggie fans from Las Cruces brought them. A 4-hour drive. They're making some noise right here.
And they move over to create 3 receivers to one side, and they see New Mexico State is still playing zone coverage.
Run play. Hunt. Big pickup. Nailed there by Dalton Harrington. And got to about the 13. To get a 10.
Now, they've run the ball quite a bit on fourth down. They've got 3 rushing touchdowns on fourth down. So they're going to think about this for a minute.
Timeout. 2 seconds.
Timeout. Utah State. That's their second full timeout.
And Dominic Eberle did miss from 44. We'll see if Coach Martin uses some timeouts here. This from 30 for Eberle. He's got it. And that ends 30 exciting minutes from Tucson. And the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl tied 13-13.
This time I think he gets back into who he is. Another good hold by Nelson. Blue Groves Award finalist, Eberle, one of the best.
End of the first half, we were all tied 13 apiece. After the break, we'll send you back to our CBS Sports Network studio in New York for the Verizon Halftime Report with Brent, Houston, Christian, and Randy. You're watching the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl on CBS Sports Network. You're watching the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl on CBS Sports Network. Halftime from Arizona Stadium, U of A campus in Tucson. We are all tied up at 13 apiece. Welcome back to the booth, Dave and Chave. Dave Ryan, Corey Chavis, 11-year NFL vet, rejoined by Melanie Collins, field level in a moment. Atmosphere, you just said it a moment ago. Incredible here today. Great crowd. So many fans from Las Cruces enjoying the first bowl game in nearly 60 years.
It's been amazing. I've liked everything. I've even liked the music. I like the way you were moving around a little bit. But
I love the dance. You know
the game has been tremendous. Back and forth. We've gotten a little bit of everything, and these coaches very prepared coming into this game. They promised that their teams will be ready to play, and boy, have they delivered. Both teams have struggled immensely on third down, and that's a credit to both defensive coordinators. Frank Maile and Kendrick Shaver have served it up, and also Frank Spaziani for New Mexico State. They've done an outstanding job of scheming on third downs. They didn't even have a conversion in the second quarter, either team, and playing behind the chains. As we watch Utah State come out, will they play behind the chains again?
This first half stats brought to us by Stouffer's Fit Kitchen Bowls, Jay. We'll see about those third down numbers. We'll see about special teams adjustments in our second half here from Tucson. Lawan Hunt, feature return man for Utah State. Parker Davidson, kickoff man for New Mexico State. 30 minutes to decide a champion here in Tucson tonight. Out of bounds.
You don't want to do that.
Let's go back down to Melanie Collins.
Well, Dave, I spoke with Coach Martin first. He's extremely pleased with the way his team ran the ball in the first half, as well as the way his defense has played so aggressively. But he said we have to be better in pass protection, and we have to get Tyler some more time back there and get him into more of a rhythm. I asked how he's feeling with the diagnosis. He said, I'm surviving. I have another half in me. And then Matt Wells said his message to his guys is it's all about us. We've been our own worst enemy. We got to stick to what we do and how we do it.
All right, Mel, second half underway here. First play from scrimmage. Catch. Dax Raymond has the grab. Upended after a big pickup for Utah State at 15 yards. And the Aggies from Logan in business. Love carrying. The Quaker finds him and drags him down. So back-to-back exciting plays. Gain of 1. Jordan Love. Second and long. Pocket collapses. Quaver up and makes the catch. Ronquavian Tarver on the go route. Flag down, makes the play for Utah State.
Man, he stretched that ball over the goal line too, Dave. We'll have to see where his knee came down at, but it's that body control we were talking about with Tarver and those long arms.
Defense number 22. Penalties decline. Result of the play, first down.
Samad Lomax guilty party on the PI. Let's see.
Watch this effort at the end of the play. Now you see him go up. Now watch him extend right there. Looks like his knee was down at that 2-yard line. About
he almost got in, you're right.
Yeah. It was a really good effort. I think this would be a good time to get Hunt back involved. He's been a big factor in the red zone. He has 10 rushing touchdowns coming into the game. A lot of times they like to run in behind Castaneda.
Off the 40-yard completion. First and goal. The pitch knocked down. Watch it. Loose. Recovered. Terrell Hanks reaches out, knocks down the pitch, and recovers it for New Mexico State. What a play. Incredible effort for Hanks.
You know, what can't this kid do? He's working off the edge. He almost takes it right out of the hands of Love. With those, he's another player with outstanding length. It's been 2 years in a row that he's been the best player on this defense. Now you go back to 2016, these plays were evident all the time. He's constantly a factor making dirty plays. That came up clean, the fumble recovery.
The junior from Miami, spectacular play. Team leader in sacks. Terrell Hanks, you're right, he almost took the ball right away from Love and ran it the other way for an Aggie touchdown. Huge turnover in the red zone. And it's back to New Mexico State and Rogers. Here's first down. Mesh play. And the run there for Jason Huntley, the sophomore from Arlington, Texas. He scampers ahead. Picks up 4.
What a physical specimen. Watching him run some routes before the game, I was impressed with how he was rolling the speed out. Look at those numbers. You're talking about tied for second in the conference in the Sun Belt with 8 touchdowns. And tonight, hadn't had a lot of this. Press coverage down here at the bottom with Ingram. Maybe this is his chance.
Rogers throws instead. Safety valve pass to Huntley. Marcus Ingram wrestles him out of bounds. Gain of 3. Playing it safe.
Well, what they've done a lot tonight is they've taken Gage Ferguson, their safety, and they've had him over to this side. Now you've got to be alert if you're Rogers in the middle of the field as to whether or not Ferguson right here, if he's in coverage, then you've got the one-on-one with Scott.
A third down try for Mexico State. Rogers airs this one out. Kramer broken up at the last second, incomplete.
Well, you're not going to make a living throwing at Jalen Davis. Man. It's a pretty good touch by Rogers, and watch the recovery by Davis, and watch him get his head around the last minute and knock that ball away. And came into the game with 11 interceptions, 4 to the house. You mentioned that earlier. Also has 8 quarterback sacks in his career. Will be playing on Sundays as at least a nickelback for some NFL team.
Second team All-American. Showing us why. Theisler punts to Nathan again. Nathan on the return. Shakes 1 tackler, but not 2. And down he goes. On special teams coverage for New Mexico State.
Aggie.
One of the receivers, Josh Aggie. Redshirt senior from Scottsdale, Arizona, 49-yard punt. Back to Utah State. Lawan Hunt dives through traffic. Gets physical. Pretty good pickup on first down. Stopped by Harrington. Gain of 5 for Lawan Hunt. 17 career rushing touchdowns. The senior from Fort Lauderdale. Just feel like each offense, with the exception of that long play to Tarver, in this third quarter has just been stuck in second gear. Just can't get going. On second down, Hunt shakes 1 tackle. Harrington got really physical, and the rugby scrum continues for a while. Stody Bradley had a shot at him. Put him down near the line of scrimmage and couldn't bring him down.
Well, Hunt gave a shot. You can see Dax Raymond come out. Look at the cutback. Runs right through Stody Bradley, and bam. You better get your pads down in that situation if you're going to come up. Ron LaForce.
On first down, Bright right up the gut. Lunges forward. Gets to about the 43 of New Mexico State.
Well, Dave, defense and special teams, you won't find me complaining. You know I love both of those, and I've got a full belly right now. I mean, you're getting everything you want from these two defenses. They're battling it out, and the special teams have accompanied that. And these offenses have to grind it out if they're going to win a game.
Bright lost his helmet. You saw that. Scampered off the field, replaced by Trey Miller. First time we've seen him. True freshman, St. George, Utah. Ran for 115 yards this year. Second down. Miller gets the carry right on cue. Runs into a lot of trouble. Shante Lloyd, big number 94, 320-pound senior, the first to get to him. Frank Spaziani, longtime defensive coordinator. So many programs, Boston College, a lot of success, lots of bowl games, helping the Aggie D this year. On to Doug Martin. Dwight's back in. Big third down play. Final minute, third quarter. Love steps into that throw. Overthrown. Carson Terrell, intended receiver. It does not look like Matt Wells in a tie game. Chave is going to roll the dice here with 31 seconds to go in the third. They'll punt again.
Well, not the way your defense is playing. And remember, this punter, we've talked about him all day long. Aaron Dalton has had an outstanding day with these hang tens, as they call it, from Mark Tommerdahl, getting them inside the 10. Can he place another punt and make New Mexico State go the length of the field?
Good numbers from Dalton, fifth best in the Mountain West in punt average heading into this ball game.
And he does it again.
Again. Job well done. It's been a story the entire game. Down 11. Downs that 37-yard punt from Aaron Dalton inside the 5. Jaleel Scott, was he shaken up last series here for Mexico State? Let's find out. Thought I saw him on the sideline right after they could not convert. Let's go down to Melly, find out.
Well, Dave, I can tell you he did tweak his right ankle again. It's been bothering him all game. It is heavily taped, and he kept trying to walk it off on the sideline, but you can tell he's in a lot of pain, so a good chance that that's limiting him, but he continues to play.
This has not been a factor, Mel. Clearly bothering him. So again, the Aggies deep in their own end. Rose the third on the carry. Levitt on the pursuit, trying to find him in space. And Jalen Davis got there first and smacked him down. I like how Jalen Davis tackles Jake.
Yeah, he does a good job of tackling. That's something that really has been a hallmark for him throughout his career. He's always been active in that category. Going all the way back to 2014, he had 60 tackles that season.
That's the end of the third quarter.
End of the third. We are still all tied, 13 apiece. Been fun in Tucson tonight. You're watching the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl on CBS Sports Network. Fourth quarter is on the way. In the desert in Tucson, it's been fun. Mexico State and Utah State. Our Chick-fil-A game summary, Corey Chavis. Third down numbers. Wow. Only 4 conversions between these two teams, and, well, a whole lot of punts. 14 combined punts in our game tonight.
Well, I think at some point, Larry Rose III, he's a program changer in what you've been able to do. You heard Melanie earlier talk about what's going on with Jaleel Scott and the ankle. You still have to keep him involved, but these two running backs, we talked about in the open, two-dimensional. Well, guess what? You've got Huntley and Scott in the backfield now. You've got to make these Utah State linebackers match these running backs in space the rest of the game.
Starting the fourth. Only 98 passing yards tonight for Rogers. Record-setting New Mexico State quarterback. Second down. Pressure off the edge. Delivers over the middle. Catch made by Muse near the 10-yard line. So third down. Last time the Mexico State Aggies played a bowl game, 1960, against Utah State. They led the Utah State Aggies 14-13 after 3, won it 2013. Here it's tied. 57 years later going into the fourth. Third down. Rogers. Deep ball. It's incomplete with Davis on coverage. Trying for O.J. Clark. Pretty well thrown ball, but great man-to-man coverage. Sticking to him like glue. There's a reason Davis is smiling on that sideline right now.
Well, it is, and I'm a little bit surprised at the matchups that Rodgers has chosen on third down. And there's a big reason why I guess he's got 15 or 16 completions now of less than 10 yards. When he has gone deep, he's challenged Davis for whatever reason.
Theisler off the side of his foot. And the script changes with a bad punt this time from Peyton Theisler. He and Aaron Dalton have been such big factors tonight with 15 combined punts. That is out of bounds and only a 13-yard kick from Theisler. And it gives Utah State great field position. Can the Aggies of Utah State take advantage? Lawan Hunt. Stopped there by McQuaker. Tonight's red zone being brought to you by Verizon. Hunt again. Rambles through traffic, breaks a tackle. That spot looks pretty good. Inside the 14, a first down for Utah State. First down, Aggies. Hunt, the catch, Lawan Hunt, the move, upended. Dalton Harrington, the tackle, star Mike linebacker and senior for New Mexico State's a gain of 12.
And now they're going to come up here and probably give it to Hunt on an inside zone.
First and goal, it's Hunt. End zone, touchdown, Utah State. Finally, the Aggies break through.
That was a masterful drive by Jordan Love. He took everything the defense gave to him. He got the team back up to the line of scrimmage when New Mexico State was not lined up and ready to go. And that was a pretty good job inside by Quinn Ficklin and Rob Castaneda as well on that right side.
The 11th rushing touchdown of the year for Lawan Hunt. Everly tacks on the PAT, and the short punt from Theisler, only 13 yards chase, set up Lawan Hunt.
Well, he lost it again, and he knew right away he had lost it. But then Hunt, like I said, running behind the offensive line with Brooksby getting in the game, and he's dancing.
All by himself right now, Peyton Theisler after that 13-yard punt. Everly trying to keep it away from Huntley, who had that touchdown return. The first half directional kick is short, taken at about the 34-yard line. These Aggies need it. Third down. Rogers fires. There's Scott. Jaleel Scott climbs the ladder and makes the catch in front of Ingram. Finally, he is down and shaken up. Melanie told us about the ankle earlier tonight. It's a gain of 19, only his second catch of the game, and he hobbles off for the Aggies.
Well, it was a good release inside. He's going against Ingram. A good close by Ingram and that catch radius. Rogers stood in there and made an excellent throw.
Holds that right ankle. New Mexico State finally doesn't have to punt. Rogers, evasive, throws in the move, Rose the third, lunging, makes a great catch.
And that was the instincts of Rogers beginning to show up on this drive. The moxie, being able to buy himself some time. He's got good feet in the pocket. It's a reason why he's been so successful in school.
Gain of 14. Rogers keeps this time. David Woodward first to get to him. Christy Jansen cleaned him up. And now the confidence. New Mexico State able to convert finally on a third down. Scott got involved. Now they're rolling.
Here's that third down throw. That excellent throw under pressure.
Live action. Christy Jansen comes together again with Rose the third, who adds to his total. First down for the Aggies from Las Cruces. Gain of 5.
And this offensive line, let's give these guys Candelaria, McLean, Smith, Jameis Smith, Trujillo, and also Dox Tatter. They're beginning to have make their presence being felt. All of these guys over 300 pounds.
Use the motion man. Rogers evades the heat. Near that line of scrimmage. And throws downfield, ball for grabs. We're waiting for a call.
Well, Bailey didn't catch it. He certainly had a chance.
Rolling on the field is an incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass. Gage Ferguson thought maybe Utah State had it. Let's see what happened there. Bailey the coverage. The ball thrown for Jonathan Boone. It's up in the air. Tomai Vena, leading tackler, went for the pick. Rule incomplete.
You got to go ahead and snap it now, Rogers.
Avoid a review, possibly. All right, no replay now. Catch there from Greg Hogan. Tomai Vena, what do you think, Chafe? Did he have it?
Well, I think that was worth another look at least. I mean, it was an excellent effort. No, I think it hit the ground. That was a good job by our crew of getting the shot to kind of confirm that it hit the ground. And now if you're Rogers, it's third down again. And you've got to be able to find, you've got Scott who's back in the game. Melanie talked about that. He just came back in the game.
On third down. Rose the third. Looks for the edge. Not going to find it. Great pursuit. Tomai Vena. Now standing inside linebacker for Utah State on the tackle. Top 5 in the Mountain West in total tackles this year for Suli Tomai Vena. Fourth down. Gonna go. Big play.
I think they were just trying to pick up some of it here. They had it in their minds to just pick up half of it.
Here we go. Rogers steps away from the heat. Tyler Rogers throws on the move. Boone has a catch. Jonathan Boone, first down, New Mexico State.
What a throw by your senior. Rolling to his left, and look at this catch.
Wow. What a catch. Gain of 10. First down. Scott, they go for him. End zone. The battle. Didn't bring it in. The back shoulder fade attempted for Little Scott.
So it looked like that left foot may have come down. This is pretty good placement by Rogers. Watch this left foot. Let's see if he has control. The left foot comes down.
Oh, wait a minute, but the right foot's out of bounds.
Yeah,
now,
but when he finally got control of it, that left foot had already been down. This is another look at it from this angle. Right here, let's see that left foot. Is it still down?
After review, the receiver's left foot was in the end zone with possession of the ball. Touchdown.
New Mexico State has a touchdown. 11 yards out, Rogers to Scott. And a PAT away from tying this one up in Tucson. Wow. Dylan Brown does just that. 20-20 game.
It's all about finding the man that you need to go to with the season on the line. It's Jaleel Scott, and he's got the right stuff.
Melanie Collins has updated us on Jaleel Scott, the ankle issue. He has come on so strong here. 9th touchdown catch of the year for Scott. Rogers' 69th career touchdown pass. He's second all-time in Mexico State history. Behind tight ends coach Chase Holbrook's record of 85. #1 all-time Aggie history. Parker Davidson kicks off. Through the end zone, it'll be a touchback. First down. Bright the carry. Gerald Bright Lots of contact again from Dalton Harrington, the star senior. Final game at New Mexico State.
It's fun watching him run around. You know, you talk about a lot of times sideline to sideline. He's definitely that.
2nd and 4. Gerald Bright looks for room up the middle. Keeps the legs turning. That spot at the 26 is going to be shy. 2 more yards for Gerald Bright, sophomore from Pensacola, Florida. 3rd down again in a game full of enormous 3rd down conversion attempts. Here's another one. 1 of 15 in the game for Utah State on 3rd down tries, and 0 for their last 12. And it's still a tie game. That's extraordinary. Love calls his own number on 3rd down. And all depends on the spot, which looks like it's shy. Harrington, the first contact. Pinballs Jordan Love around. It's going to be short. Punt time again for Utah State. And the Aggies from Logan 1 for 16 on 3rd down tries and 13 straight whiffs.
With everything on the line, we've talked about Dalton as a punter. Do you punt it to the school's 2nd all-time leading rusher?
Rose the 3rd. Fair caught at the 24. 49-yard punt. The night so far, Jay, for Tyler Rogers.
Well, it's gotten better, and a lot of it has been just standing in there and dealing with what has been a tumultuous night in terms of pressure. Now rolling to your left, showing the athleticism. Here, you're finding the one-on-one matchup, and we're going to see, Bailey, if you can cover my best receiver, Jaleel Scott. And it's a similar situation to the South Alabama game. They were down in that game. He takes them down the field. The numbers don't look great. He's made some mistakes tonight, but he's shown a lot of mettle in this 2nd half.
1st down. Pump fake. Rogers throws. Huntley the catch. Knocked out of bounds. Huntley on the kickoff return for a touchdown in the 1st quarter. Gain of 9 on the pass from Rogers. Trying to get in range. Kicker Dylan Brown. 2nd down. Huntley the carry. Anderson makes the play for Utah State, but it is a 1st down for New Mexico State. Gain of 4 for Jason Huntley.
Well, you got to remember, Brown's longest field goal this year is 39 yards. So you've got to get way down deep if you're going to be able to get in his range, because you're talking about a 25-yard line you've got to get to at least.
He's made his last 5 over 2 games. On 1st down, Greg Hogan in the vicinity on that throwaway from Tyler Rogers. 2 for 2 tonight. Twice this year, as Jay talked about, that career long at 39. Doug Martin in our chat with him this week, the New Mexico State head coach, did not seem overly confident trying to win the game with Brown. Very solid kicker, but the range, reliability, he's not sure. We're going to find out. Possibly coming up here in the next few moments. On 2nd down, Muse has a catch. He's knocked down right away.
And one of the things that Utah State is doing is they're splitting the middle of the field, so there are some openings in the middle of the field. Rogers a little gunshot. That's where he threw the interception to Woodward. You just saw a shot of him. But if you're going to get something, let's see if they go to, that's one of the things we talked about, their disguise element here. Gage Ferguson and Dallin Levitt, how they disguise will determine where Rogers goes on this play. It looks like they may be playing some man coverage.
In no hurry at all here with 1 timeout. Rogers throws over the middle. Scott lunging the dive. It's incomplete. Jalen Davis on coverage for Utah State in Aggie territory.
Well, they were playing man coverage, but they got a safety over the top, so he plays underneath. And look at that break by Davis. I mean, he's right in the hip pocket. It was a good effort, and really, to be honest, Scott could have possibly come up with that catch. Yeah. So that was the matchup that everybody wanted to see. Jalen Davis versus Jaleel Scott. Davis comes up with another win. He hasn't lost many battles tonight.
Zeisler back out there. 11th punt of the night. And a beauty. Nathan grabs it inside the 15. Jordan Nathan looks for the edge and doesn't get there. First down. Run play. Lawan Hunt. It's outside the 20. Miles Veen, the tackle. Final seconds of regulation are about to melt away here. And we're going to have overtime for Tucson.
We've had a couple of these this year, right? You can't get rid of it yet.
Because I love working with you. I want this to end.
I love it too, man. We've had a great one. This has been unbelievable. What a game.
2020 after regulation, the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl on CBS Sports Network. Extra football comes your way. 4 quarters not enough. What's next? OT. First down for the Aggies from Logan. Love starts overtime with a deep ball. End zone tip. Great play. Owens. And incomplete of the ball intended for Brilliant Roberts.
Wow. He lost one of these against South Alabama. He says, I'm not losing this one. I'm going to go up and make sure you're not getting this ball. And Braylon Roberts, he's known for the high wire acts outside.
Hunt the feature back. He's run for 130 tonight and a touchdown for Utah State. Second down. Carries here. Lawan Hunt hit hard. Cedric Wilcox the second involved in the heavy contact along with DeMarcus Owens. The Aggie corner from New Mexico State, gain of 3. 3rd and 7.
Do you bring pressure here if you're New Mexico State? Seems like they're kind of hanging back with Harrington and also Demby, and they're going to play some coverage. These are the guys to watch right there. Will they come?
3rd down. Here comes the pressure. Love delivers. Roberts has the catch. Shamon Lomax, the tackle on Braylon Roberts. It is a first down.
Oh, it was a late. They didn't time that blitz up right. Harrington timed it up a little bit late. Love stands in and makes the perfect throw. Love stands in versus the Heat.
Here's Hunt. Stopped by Malik Denby, defensive end of Mexico State. What a conversion and throw from Love. And you're right, Corey said tonight, Matt Wells made that call about 2/3 away through the season to bench Myers, go with Love because of throws like that. Big arm. Second and goal.
And they're moving these guys around. David Yost, the offensive coordinator, just to find out whether or not you're playing zone or man coverage. And he's getting his answers for Love. It's a good strategy.
Here's Love. Pump fake. Love spins and gets hit. Terrell Hanks put him down. Went for the fake. Hoping for the end zone. Hanks did not bite.
And that was that spin move you were talking about against
Air Force.
Yeah, it looked good in that game.
Got him a first down, didn't it?
You can't get away from Hanks with it. And now you got to wonder, does he look for Tarver in this situation? Tarver's been his big play guy all night. And so they're going to move Vaughn away so they can see whether or not, and you can see them communicating back here in terms of how they're going to cover Tarver up at the top.
3rd and goal. Love with pressure. End zone. Incomplete. Looking there for Aaron Vaughns. And broken up by Jaden Wright. And here comes Everly, who has missed thrice tonight.
And I wouldn't want to be in this situation. because again, we've talked about that drift from right to left. Well, now you're on the left hash, Dave. So you've got to try to find a way to prevent that drift, and you've got to make it go left to right instead of right to left. Tough angle for Eberle.
No good. He's missed for a 4th time tonight. I can't believe it. The all-Mountain West kicker, Dominic Eberle, has missed 4 field goals, and now a field goal can win it for New Mexico State.
Well, again, you're trying to overcompensate because you had that natural drift and you're on the left hash. And so you want to prevent that this time. You don't want to hook it. And then he tries to guide it a little too much. I don't think he really got all the way through. He short-legged it. You didn't really see much of a plant leg or with his plant foot. And so now you give Rodgers an opportunity.
Hit the right upright. And no good. You just got to feel so badly for Eberle tonight. Tough game for the young man from Germany. Rodgers on 1st down. Woodward, tackle for Utah State. Gets about 4 yards on the 1st down run.
Now you do feel for the young man, but this is where the defense has to step up and get his back. And they've been great all night on 3rd down. They've got to try to get New Mexico State back into 3rd down.
Rose a 3rd. Has room. Larry Rose a 3rd. End zone touchdown, New Mexico State. And the Aggies win the Arizona Bowl in overtime. After a 57-year wait, the Aggies bowling again and winning again over Utah State. Incredible. Senior from Fairfield, Texas, in his final game as a New Mexico State Aggie. Chave got free. Woodward couldn't tackle him.
Watch Sage Dockstader, number 76, 343 pounds. The vegetarian, Dave, he's eating a full plate, opens it up for Rose the 3rd, and boy, what a way to end what has been a trying career, to say the least. A lot of individual success, and now his touchdown has fans jumping over the fence.
Look at this celebration for Aggie fans. 38th career touchdown run for Larry Rose III. That ties the all-time school record held by James Pilot in the 1960s, which was, of course, the last time the Aggies of Las Cruces made a bowl game. 16 carries, 142 yards, and the game-winning touchdown for Rose III, and a night that Eberle, unfortunately for that young man, well, you feel badly. He'll never forget.
And just look at the jubilance from this school.
A program that endured 2 17-game losing streaks in the last 6 years. They are bowl champions tonight in Tucson, Arizona. For Corey Chavis, Melanie Collins, the entire crew, I'm Dave Ryan saying so long. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. We'll be back in Tucson shortly, but now we'll take you back to New York. Brent Stover, Houston Nutt, Christian Fauria, and Randy Cross are standing by. Guys, this is an incredible finish. Talk to you in a minute.